Live. Grit. Bow. L.O.T.S Proof Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. What's up, family? We on late today. I need everybody come in the building, you heard? L.O.T.S Proof Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 75. That part. You guessed right, 75. That means that we 25 episodes away from episode 100. That part. Listen. This is the latest I've come on thus far since the inception of this show. Nonetheless, I'm still here. You heard me? That part. Very, 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 very eventful week. All right, we're gonna speak about a lot of things this week, man. First of all, I'm the incomparable, the often imitated but cannot be duplicated. I'm the one that keeps creating what they keep taking. I'm the one that took their style from, the elected, the appointed voice of the streets. All right, I'm the leader of the streets. I'm the lord of the streets. I be learning off the streets, living off the streets. You heard? Shout out to the street government. That part. Public enemy number one. I am the top op. That part. Going on late today, y'all. Nonetheless, we in the building. I refuse to miss out. I've only missed one episode thus far. That part. This is powered by L.O.T.S Proof Media. This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 75. You heard me? We got somebody in the building. You guys do me a favor, as soon as you come in the building, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know that you're in the building. I will appreciate that. We call that leaving a fingerprint. Likes up. Call that wiping your feet on the rug. Same way you do in your grandparents' house. Show respect in the house of the L.O.T.S Approved. Show respect in the house of the Don't Shoot the Messenger. And do me a favor, hit that like button as soon as you come in the building and share this podcast with your friends and family. You heard me? Yes, I do apologize. I did go on late today, but nonetheless, I am here. All right? Things are subject to change, family. Just know that. Things are subject to change. All right? All right, let's cut this off, man. Let's cut this fire intro music off right quick. That part. Listen, man. I am the incompetent, the incomparable. Sorry about that. The incomparable. Never been incompetent, all right? The incomparable. The often imitated but cannot be duplicated. The one they took their style from, the elected, appointed voice of the streets, leader of the streets, lord of the streets, learning off the streets, living off the streets. You heard me? All right? I'm public enemy. Number one, top op. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media, and this is Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Episode number 75. All right? As soon as you come in the building, leave a comment in the comment section for me, fam. That part. All right? This is a very, very, very eventful week. This is the latest I've gone on thus far, you guys. Like I told you, things are subject to change. Make sure you guys are turning on your notifications, all right? Turn that little notification bell, that little sexy bell in the corner somewhere here, whether you're in YouTube land, whether you on Facebook, whether you are on Twitter. Excuse me, it's no longer Twitter, no longer. They call it X now, all right? It's no longer Twitter, all right? We're streaming on 3 different platforms, you guys, all right? That part. Now, let's discuss a few things. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Donald Trump, man. Clap it up for Mr. Donald Trump, all right? I know a lot of people probably don't appreciate this, but I want to give a shout out to Donald Trump with these new sneakers that he put out, all right? It's the American way. It's the American way. It's the inevitable. This is what this country is about, all right? The country is a reflection of the culture, a reflection of the country and the people, all right? Shout out to Donald Trump with these new These new sneakers. We'll speak about it. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Kodak Black. One love, Zoe. Zoe Life or No Life. Shout out to Kodak Black on his recent release. And no longer on federal probation, all right? Shout out and clap it up for Kodak Black. Nonetheless, like I said, there's a lot of things to speak about. Let me look at this list here of what I got to speak about today. There's some things we're going to speak about. We're going to speak about Mason and responding back to Shannon Sharp. We're going to speak about L.O.T.S earning her first Hot 100 entry with the song Talking off of Kanye West's Vultures and Kanye West and T.Y. Dollar Sign's Vultures, all right? Shout out to Kanye West's daughter, all right? Mrs. Northwest, all right? We also got to speak about Wendy Williams, all right? Medical issues, all right? You guys know Wendy Williams in this space, legendary. No introduction needed, all right? Also, we'll be speaking about Floyd Mayweather, all right? Speaking on Diddy, all right? Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll speak about that. You guys do me a favor as soon as you come to Ben, like I said before. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. We call that wiping your funeral rug. Same way you do at your grandparents' house. Show that you was raised correct. Don't embarrass your parents. And do me a favor, make sure everybody is hitting that like button. Also, I need you guys to share this with the rest of your family. We're on late tonight, okay? It's just me and you guys. Nonetheless, all right? Shout out to YouTube World, shout out to Facebook, and shout out to X, formerly known as Twitter. That part. Now, what should we start at? First of all, I think we should start out with Donald Trump, all right? You guys, our former commander-in-chief, Mr. Kanye West, excuse me, not Kanye West, Mr. Trump, former commander-in-chief, Mr. Trump. Trump has recently released some sneakers, all right? I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at the sneakers. First of all, we got to give him a shout out. I think that is our first president ever to release a sneaker, shoes of that effect, regardless, never no shoe footwear, all right? This is the first president ever to release his own sneaker. All right, shout out. I keep saying Kanye West. Some reason Trump is synonymous with Kanye West now. Every time I think about Trump, I think about Kanye West, especially what I've seen him speak about today. But nonetheless, yes, shout out to President Trump. Now, Trump released these sneakers. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at the sneakers, man. The sneakers, I was kind of on the ropes with the sneakers. You know what I mean? If you guys had a chance to see them, I'm curious to know you guys' opinion. Leave your comment in the comment section. Let me know your opinion on Trump's decision with these sneakers that he's released, all right? For the record, you guys, if you didn't know, the shoe was sold out on his first day, all right? Which is a major accomplishment, once again, a major accolade for being a former commander-in-chief. Also, the shoe was priced at $400. Now, when you're talking about a shoe, a $400 shoe, that's a very expensive shoe. All right, that's more expensive than any Michael Jordan's current releases. Not in reference to retros. All right, they're priced pretty high. $400 for a pair of Donald Trump sneakers. It's amazing. Like I said, Trump sold out across the board. Basically, they're saying that he sold out the black community. They're saying that our community are embracing Trump's sneaker. I don't know if anybody out there that has this sneaker or is interested in buying the sneaker. But when I first seen the sneaker, I was not impressed by the sneaker. But it grew on me. And it happens. This happens. Sometimes sneakers grow on people. These are the type of things that happen, you know. And they've partially grown on me. I actually had a chance to see a brother. They had a brother on the internet. A brother was speaking about the sneaker. All right. He was actually wearing the sneaker when he was being interviewed. Now, when you see the brother with the sneaker on, I have to be honest. And I have to take it back. The Golden Trump sneaker, Refuse to Surrender, No Surrender. I think it's called No Surrender. I'm not sure. has something to do with surrendering. And I'm curious to know what is the correlation with that name with the shoe. Why did Trump specifically? Why did Uncle Trump specifically choose no surrender? You know the term. You guys familiar with the term no surrender, no retreat. All right. The shoe basically has sold out. All right, so we gotta clap it up, clap it up, clap it up for President Trump, our former commander in chief. All right. It's a major accomplishment, nonetheless. All right, not to be downplayed. There's rumors to say that Kanye West helped Trump design this sneaker. I'm not sure how true that is, but they're saying that Kanye West helped design Trump's sneaker. If they did, that's a dope collaboration, and it's warranted, showing how Kanye West recently had some great shout out to AP Palmer in the building. Yo, AP, we on late tonight. Do me a favor, share this podcast. This is episode number 75. We on late tonight, but nonetheless, we're on. All right? What's good, family? I see you, brother. That part. Thank you for the like, homie. All right, AP, right now we're speaking about Donald Trump with this sneaker. All right, Donald Trump dropped this gold sneaker, no surrender. I'm curious to know how you feel about the sneaker. At first, I wasn't feeling the sneaker. I wasn't too much feeling the sneaker. Let me pull this up right here, champ. Once again, shout out to AP Palm in the building, my dog. All right, the sneaker is actually, at first I wasn't feeling the sneaker, but like I said, the sneaker is growing on me. I seen a gentleman actually wearing the sneaker. And you know, sometimes you can see a sneaker inside the Foot Locker, whatever store, you see a sneaker on the shelf. It might not gravitate to you, it might not call you at first. But when you start to see people actually wearing the sneaker, some sneakers have that effect. Some sneakers you might not like them initially, but when you see people wearing them and then they add the outfit effect to it, the clothes to match the sneaker, that can win you over, all right? And then you might reconsider purchasing that sneaker. Nonetheless, it's proven that this is a collectible. Obviously, from day one when he released the sneaker, it was a collectible. That's the first president ever to release a sneaker like that. He released it at Sneaker Con, the big sneaker event, all right? And like I said, a gentleman was wearing them, and they looked pretty cool on his feet. So, with that being said, the sneaker was priced at $400. It's a limited release. Limited. So if you guys are looking for the sneaker out there, you guys might not find this sneaker right now, right? I'm pretty sure the resale value has to be high. I'm curious to know. I'm probably gonna check on StockX and see how much is the sneaker currently, right? But like I said, it's originally priced at $400. So nonetheless, it's sold out at this point, man. A complete success. And it's limited edition, obviously. Oh, man. I wonder what is the resale value going to be on these sneakers, man. Nonetheless, shout out to Trump. Shout out to Donald Trump with this new release, with this new sneaker. Now, you guys know when it comes to sneakers and stuff like that, these are things that we embrace in the black community. Black community, we love sneakers, all right? It's a fact. There's nothing racist about it. I don't like the correlation with anything that black people like, and there's a racist context to it, added to it, when it's promoted to black people. It's chicken and watermelon all over again. But nonetheless, when I look at the sneaker, and me as a black person, I'm embracing the sneaker, just the whole release of it, the way that he released the sneaker. All right, hey, you guys, relax. So with that being said, they're saying that Trump is pandering to the black community. People are saying out there that this sneaker that Trump has released is pandering to the black community. And right now they're trying to play us as black people. They're saying that Trump, because Trump released this sneaker, will be more willing to vote for Trump because Trump released this sneaker. This is what they're saying. I don't know how you guys feel about that out there in YouTube, Facebook world, and Twitter world, X world. Nonetheless, but they're saying that we're more likely gonna vote for Trump because Trump released a sneaker, all right? And they're basically trying to play black people for loving sneakers, which I don't think they're playing us because we do love sneakers. Let me tell you something. We as black people, we love jewelry. We like flashy shit. We like dressing nice. That's in our blood. It has nothing to do with ignorance. There's no ignorance about it. There's a big misconception out there when people speak about black people and how we dress and how we like flashy things and we like sneakers and woo-de-woo. There's nothing wrong with these things. We as black people, that's how we move, all right? We as black people, we shine like the sun. We're the salt of the earth. You guys have to understand this. We're the salt of the earth. So there's nothing to be ashamed of here, all right? And nonetheless, shout out to everyone who bought the Trump sneakers. Now, is that going to compel you? I don't think that we're compelled to vote for Trump just because Trump released some sneakers. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of presidents that a lot of people that ran for presidencies that did not become president, that if they released their sneaker, it wouldn't have helped their campaign. All right, sneakers are not going to help your campaign, so we're not going to fall for that rhetoric, that propaganda that they're painting. All right, I bet you right now, if Biden was to release his own sneaker, that would not help Biden in the future presidency, the future elections that's coming for 225. All right. Nonetheless, yeah, you can't play us as black people, man. Shout out to Trump, nonetheless. You know what I mean? And we're gonna kill all that propaganda right there with black people embracing the sneaker. Yes, we're gonna embrace the sneaker, but us as black people embracing sneakers has nothing to do with us wanting to. Us embracing Trump's sneaker has nothing to do with us voting for Trump. We're voting for Trump because basically we're getting tired of Biden. Let's just be honest here, all right? And Donald Trump seems like he's the man for the job. Trump is a businessman. In reference to America, we look at America as a corporation, more so as a business, more than a country, all right? America, obviously we're a country, but we look at America as a business, all right? A corporation, if you must. So with that being said, we know Trump for running corporations. So that's why we're voting for Trump, because we feel like Trump is going to help with the economy. All right. That's why we're voting for Trump. Because Trump released Kodak Black and Lil Wayne. Yeah. Things like that. And though that's not a big deal, we can identify with Trump in the urban community. The streets identify with Trump. But nonetheless, the whole world identifies with Trump's business sense, all right? His business savvy. Trump has business savvy, all right? So shout out to Donald Trump and shout out to the new release on these sneakers. Now, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Make sure you guys are leaving a comment in the comment section. Let me know that you're in the building. That part we're on late today. This is episode number 75 of the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Welcome to everybody. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. All right. Now, moving right along. Listen, I want to give a big shout out to home team. Shout out to Kodak Black. Kodak Black recently got released. All right. And it looks like they have terminated his, they terminated his, federal probation. All right. Now, when Kodak Black got released, when I got rumor of Kodak Black being released, obviously I was happy about that, man. Shout out to Kodak Black. Shout out to the whole sniper gang. All right. Nonetheless, there was a recent video that was released yesterday. They're showing that Kodak Black being released from, I believe, Broward County Jail. All right. Now, with that being said, you see in Kodak Black is being harassed by reporters. And Kodak Black is seen throwing rocks at reporters. Now, you guys can see the reporter actually antagonizing Kodak Black. All right. You can actually see the reporter antagonizing Kodak Black, begging him to throw another rock, threatening Kodak Black to call police on him. All right. Obviously, these guys were harassing Kodak Black, but nobody spoke about that. When I first seen the video of Kodak Black throwing the rocks, there was no audio there. All right. I don't know if that was coincidental or that was deliberate, but there was no audio in a company with that video of seeing Kodak Black throwing rocks. And island folks, they know how to throw rocks. We know how to throw stones, all right? Haitians and Jamaicans, yeah, we know how to throw rocks. Hit you right in your little bean top. You heard? So nonetheless, as time progressed, you guys, another video was released. There's some audio with Kodak Black. So Kodak Black is seen chucking rocks at them, right? But obviously, they were antagonizing Kodak Black. You just don't come out of jail throwing rocks at the press. Judging by the press and judging by the reporter was antagonizing Kodak Black. All right. He was trying to convince Kodak Black to throw more rocks at him. There has to be a law against videotaping people. All right. You coming out of county jail, the first thing on your mind is to get home to your family, right? I don't think it was fair that Kodak Black was bombarded with reporters, obviously. If you see that the man is not receptive to you and you're a reporter, he's not answering your questions, he's doing everything but answering your questions, why would you pursue that man and continue to ask that man questions? All right. So when I'm seeing Kodak Black, to me, when I see Kodak Black leaving out of jail, automatically I knew that he was agitated by the reporter. And that's what led me to believe that the reporter was antagonizing him. That's what led me to believe that the reporter was harassing him. And Kodak Black said something similar to that when he said, "You guys bring out the bear in me." Kodak Black was telling them, this is you guys brought this out in me. All right. So at one point, the reporter was screaming out, "Call the police." Somebody was saying, "Call the police on Kodak Black." All right. Now, by the grace of Most High, nobody called police on Kodak Black. And I was super appreciative of that. And I hope nobody presses charges on Kodak. Kodak got his own problems. And still it's not fair for that man to be bombarded by reporters and disrespected by reporters like that. It wasn't warranted. All right? There was no reason for that. Big shout out to Kodak Black. Kodak Black releasing projects. I'm not sure if his project released today. I think he's supposed to drop something today at midnight. I see a video online. Video fire, nonetheless. Shout out to Yak. You know what I mean? And they just need to get off of Yak's back. Leave that kid alone. All right? Obviously, if the man wasn't being receptive to you, he wasn't answering your questions, that was the indication, that was a sign that you probably should have backed up from the man. And I'm pretty sure that Kodak Black could have created way more damage than that. Kodak Black chucking little pebbles at the man, barely. Them pebbles wasn't going to do nothing. It wasn't going to pierce your skin. Them pebbles wasn't going to do nothing, no damage, all right? He basically just trying to shoo you guys, shoo the reporters away like gnats, like flies. Shout out to Kodak Black still. You know what I mean? And there has to be a law against paparazzi. They need to come up with laws against paparazzi. They need to come up with laws against reporters, to be honest with you. At one point, what is invading your privacy? It's as if you're a celebrity, because they call it right to press. But it's as if you're a celebrity, you have no right, no privacy. Cool. But what about your personal space? How can somebody invade your personal space? Even though you're a celebrity, you're still a human being, and you get your personal space invaded. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see. We've seen some recent videos of Kanye West being approached by reporters, and paparazzi. And I'm liking the way Kanye West is doing things. I'm seeing Kanye West snatching phones out of people's hands. Recently, I seen Kanye West approached by a lady reporter, and she asked him the darndest questions, the most disrespectful questions. Asked him something about his wife. And you know how Kanye West dresses his wife. The reporter was speaking about Kanye West's wife and alluding to she has no liberty. She has no freedom when it comes to how she carries herself and how she dresses herself, which is very silly. Obviously, which is silly, right? Kanye West is seen taking the phone out of the lady's hand, all right? I was happy to see that nobody pressed charges against Kanye West. Shout out to Kanye West. Kanye West is breaking so many barriers, all right? He even went as far as to offer the young lady a job. After all the chaos, he ripped the phone, gave her back the phone, and then offered her job. And then he told one of his assistants to grab the lady's phone number. So I wonder if he actually gave her the job. I actually wonder that. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, you see Kanye West and you see what Kodak Black is going through. Very, very disrespectful. They need to make laws against press. They need to make laws against press, reporters, and paparazzi. They need to make laws against them, right? Okay, you may be able to take a picture from a distance, but when you're invading somebody's space, verbally, I call that verbally assaulting. You're verbally trying to antagonize the man and get the man uncomfortable. There has to be laws against that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kodak Black. And like I always say, Kodak Black is a young man. And it seems like everybody wants to bet against Kodak Black. Nobody's choosing to pray for the man. Nobody's trying to help the man. If anything, people are trying to take the man down, antagonize the man, paint a bad picture of the man. All right? But that's home team, man. South Florida home team. Shout out to Kodak Black. Shout out to the whole Broward County, that part. Shout out to Dade County. Shout out Dade County, Miami Gardens, Liberty City, you know what I mean? And Overtown, all the way back to Pompano, Fort Lauderdale, and all the way up there, take you up there through West Palm Beach, you heard? Shout out to Stephen Marcellus in the building. Kodak has to do better for himself, though. That's what you said. Now, obviously, he has to do better. He has to do better. But you got to keep in mind now, all right, he's a celebrity, brother. When you're a celebrity, you're not you're thrusted into being a role model, but you didn't sign up for that. All right? We in the building. Shout out to Stephen Marcellus in the building. Let me pull up this comment right here, brother. I like the way you interact, my brother. You always got some valid things to say. All right? But yeah, definitely, Kodak Black, he has to do better for himself. You already know we Haitian. So when I see Kodak Black, I want Kodak Black to do better for himself. I pray for that. When I see Kodak Black on Drink Champs and he was fumbling over his words and he looked like he was under the influence, I was slightly, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was slightly embarrassed. Now, is that a black eye on him? Is that changing anything about him? Does he deserve? Should he even care about me? Should he even be concerned about me being embarrassed? Yeah, I'm embarrassed because I'm Haitian. I'm seeing young Zoe going through it. But at the same time, now, Kodak Black is a man himself. He's a human being. Kodak Black is very young. Kodak Black has a lot of money. All right? He's not a role model per se. And if he is a role model, I don't think so in the sense of like how he carries himself. Maybe music-wise, he could be a role model. Would you say that? I was completely embarrassed from that interview. Nah, no lie, Steven. I was embarrassed. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it takes a lot for me to be embarrassed. I'm a Floridian, all right? From Dade to Broward, we shout out at times, bro. It takes a lot to embarrass us because we don't give a fuck about people's opinion. You heard me? Pick your nose right in front of you. You heard? I don't care about nobody's opinion like that. You heard me? Because nobody's holier than thou. But to be Zoe, I was slightly embarrassed, right? Because I want him to do better. And let's be clear. He is the leader of this generation. Kodak Black is the leader of this generation. Let's just make that clear. All right? For anybody that has been under a rock since the inception of Kodak Black. All right? This man, he definitely leads the youth. But yeah, I was slightly embarrassed. Nonetheless, but I just want people to get off of Kodak's Black. I want Kodak Black to get some help. But nonetheless, it's about people that are judging Kodak Black. It's about people that are judging Kodak Black. People are trying to bring his demise. People take an opportunity to get at Kodak Black. They take an opportunity to ridicule the man and antagonize the man. All right, and I'm taking notice to that. I'm definitely taking notice to that. But nonetheless, shout out to Kodak Black. Big up to Kodak Black, his new release. You guys go ahead and stream some of Yak's music. Stream Yak's music. You guys do me a favor, as soon as you come in the building, hit that like button. I need you guys to share this podcast, all right? We went on late tonight, but I'm happy you guys are still in the building. I don't care if we got 5, 6 people in the building. I don't care if we got 100,000 people in the building, all right? I need all you guys to come in here. I need all you guys to share this podcast. I need all you guys to hit the like button. That part. All right. Don't be a ninja watcher. Y'all know that's people that be creeping and watching, casual watchers. Don't be no peeping Tom. Don't be no pocket watcher. You know we don't do pocket watchers, all right? No pocket watching. Pocket watchers are usually haters. Peeping Toms, y'all don't know what they do to peeping Toms. Stay out of jail. All right? But big up to Kodak Black. And shout out to Sniper Gang and Yak being released, and they terminated Yak's federal probation. Yeah, we gotta definitely petition to get Yak some help. We got to get Yak some help. We got to get Yak some help. All right. Now, and for the record, once more, the substance that Kodak Black, that was oxycodone. Kodak Black had a prescription for that drug, the drugs that he supposedly he had a mouthful of drugs that he got pulled over for. He was sleeping at the light. Yeah, Kodak Black had a prescription for that. All right, it was not cocaine. Kodak Black sat down for some months for that, only to find out that it wasn't even cocaine. So imagine what the man is subject to, the treatment that he's subject to. You think Kodak Black came out happy? Kodak Black was not happy when he came out of jail. All right, he sat down for some shit that wasn't even cocaine. All right, people they paint this image of this man. Nonetheless, people took an opportunity to poke at the man. Nonetheless, and it wasn't even no cocaine. All right, he had a prescription for that. Big shout out to Kodak Black. Now, I want to give another shout out, man. Shout out to Kanye West's daughter, Northwest. All right, Northwest earns her first Hot 100 entry with Talking. All right, this is off of Vultures, the T Dollar Sign, the Kanye West and Ty Dollar Sign album. All right, shout out to Paul Bizzle in the building. Kodak Black is inviting all the ridicule. This world is thirsty for gossip. He should know that. Nah, for fact though. Nah, for fact though. You know what I mean? That's for him to be resilient. But at the same time, I ain't finna join the bandwagon. Me, myself, shout out to Paul Bizzle. Let me pull this up, brother. All right. Once again, he said Kodak Black is inviting all the ridicule. The world is thirsty for gossip. He should know that. Nah, he definitely know that. I know he definitely. That kid's a little genius. He definitely knows that. But at the same time, the world is a place where you got people pointing fingers that are worse than you. That's the shit. You're being judged by people that are worse than you. And this is the big difference between Kodak Black and the average civilian. Kodak Black is growing up in front of the camera. We see everything Kodak do. If he puts his finger in his ear, he puts his finger in his nose. If he goes to the bathroom, we see everything Kodak does. As opposed to the average consumer, the average viewer, we don't know what you got. We don't know what people got going on in their household, all right? So you got to give Kodak Black some credit for one, and you have to have some type of leniency on Kodak Black because his life is on display, all right? And that still don't give people the right to sit there and throw rocks at him and try to hold their hand, so to speak, all right? But I don't want to stay too long on that, Bizzle. Now, let's talk about Mr. Kanye West. Kanye West, Northwest, once again, she earned her first entry in the 100, all right? The Hot 100. She becomes one of the youngest artists ever to chart at the age of 10. Now, listen, man, I don't know if you guys, like I said, we spoke about this a couple weeks. I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to Kanye West's new project with Ty Dolla $ign. All right, the project's called Vultures. It's a long anticipated project. Nonetheless, there's a song on there. There's a specific song on there with Kanye West's daughter, Northwest. All right? And I want to clap it up for Northwest. Shouts out to Northwest. Listen, this particular song on the album, it stands out amongst all the other songs. Now, this is a great body of work. Collectively, it's a great body of work. It's cohesive, all right? It took a lot. There's a lot of things that were, there's some samples that was not approved for this album, but the album is still great, all right? It's number one. It's to the point where they took the album down. I believe they took it down off of Apple, and then they had to put it back up, in which Kanye West started selling it from his website. But the album is doing amazing. It's an independent released album. Let's just make this clear. Big shout out to Kanye West. All right. Now, within this project, you have Kanye West's daughter. She goes by the name of Northwest. Listen, I heard somebody playing the actual song. I heard somebody playing the actual song in their car. Sonically, the song sounds great. That song that Kanye West did with his daughter, it sounds better than the rest of the songs on the album. And the rest of the songs are great also. But this song particularly stands out. The amazing thing is Kanye West's daughter, like I said, this is her first entry into the Hot 100. All right. And this is going to be, I'm pretty sure, I'm predicting this is going to be one of many, many, many. All right. I think Kanye West's daughter has caught that bug. All right. That artist bug. I think she's going to be an artist at this point. The album, the youngest, she's at the age of 10, she's one of the youngest to ever chart at her age. So this is amazing feat. It's amazing attribute. All right, it's amazing, man. Shout out to Kanye West. Shout out to Northwest. All right. I'm a big fan of Kanye West and his whole family, even Kim Kardashian, just watching the dynamics, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking how things are transpiring, all right? How Northwest is more so looking like she's more going to take after her father than her mother. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I noticed that. I noticed that Northwest is taking more after her father as opposed to her mother. All right, and I guess that's the definition of daddy's little girl. Now, Northwest does resemble her father more. Let's just make that clear. She looks more like Kanye West than actually Kim Kardashian. All right? And I'm pretty sure she loves both parents equally. But from what I'm seeing from reports, it's looking like she more enjoys being a part of her father's lifestyle, so to speak. She's more appreciative of her father's lifestyle as opposed to her mother. It seems like I'm hearing more of her actually. She has a lot to say about her mother. She's how, I don't know how would you put it, what term you would say, but she critiques Kim Kardashian a lot. Northwest critiques her mother a lot, right? And sometimes I wonder if she's seeing it from her father's eyes. Is she adopting her father's opinion, or is she formulating her own opinion? But I'm not gonna go too much into that. These are things that I'm watching, and it makes me speculate. All right. But nonetheless, big shout out to Northwest. She's doing it big. Kanye West's daughter is doing it big. And like I said, I heard somebody playing that in their car when I was driving. Sonically, it sounded dope as fuck. The song sound hard. Yes, it's Miss Westy, your bestie, Miss Westy. Fire. Real simple, real innocent, and I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I don't know. Steven, you let me know. Have you had a chance to listen to that album? You guys let me know in that comment section if you had a chance to listen to that album, how you feel about the album, all right? Me, myself, I love the album, man. I love the production. I love sonically. I just like what he does. He puts a lot into production. So you gotta appreciate that. We all critique Kim Kardashian. Nah, we definitely all critique Kim Kardashian. But the thing is now, I gotta give credit to Kim. I can't even give credit to Kim because Kim's whole life is a reality show, right? So we're seeing a lot in the reality show. She's actually showing Northwest expressing herself towards her. You know what I mean? But I was about to give Kim credit, but nah, she monetizes her whole life. So obviously her daughter critiquing her, she's gonna put that, and she's not gonna edit that out. All right. It's clout chasing at its best, man. But big shout out to Northwest. Big shout out to Kanye, and shout out to Ty Dolla $ign on that project. Shout out to everybody that's a part of that project, all right? Lil Durk on that project. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people on that project. Shout out to everybody. You guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Like I said, like I always say, listen, guys, we all have people that love us. We have people that admire us. Do me a favor, share this podcast. I'm on late today, all right? I was on a mission working hard, sweating my black ass off, you heard me? And I still came on and performed for you guys today. So do me a favor, go ahead and share this podcast, all right? Do me a favor, hit that like button, all right? And what else? Subscribe to the channel. Yeah. You guys should be subscribed to the channel and turn your notifications on. You see sometimes I come on at different times. And more so, we might come on a little later at times, all right? And like I said, share this with your loved ones, your family, your loved ones, your admirers. I haven't heard it yet. I plan to tomorrow. That part. Yeah, man. Listen to that. I'm surprised you didn't listen to that project. Listen, it's an independent release project. All right. I think it sold over 145,000 units the first week. That's amazing. When's the last time we even seen an independent artist out of the rap industry, out of the rap community, hip hop community, do numbers like that? That might be the first time in the hip hop community ever seen that. An independent album. There's no distribution behind the album. There's no major label behind this album. It's totally independent. totally funded by Kanye West. Kanye West is breaking barriers, all right? Shoes, he made 20 million in one day. All right, he showed the numbers on his Instagram. He showed y'all the numbers. 20 million in one day. I think the album went back to #1 yesterday. And I'm seeing a lot of people dropping projects in the midst. They're trying to get some of this clout. They're trying to cash in on Kanye West's recent success with the new album, right? Shout out to Drake. I see Drake drop the video. I was appreciative that Drake didn't drop an album. I kind of want everybody else to fall back right now. I need everybody to fall back right now and let Kanye West shine right now, all right? Because it's independent. That part. You got to give him credit, Steve. You got to give it, Steven. You got to give that man credit. It's an independent project, man. Big up to Kanye West, man. All right, now, you guys moving right along. Listen, man. The saga continues, all right? The beef between Floyd Mayweather and 50 continues. Okay, then. Now, Floyd Mayweather recently spoke about P. Diddy, all right? I don't know what podcast. Let me see right here what it was. What podcast is this? The Pivot. I don't know whose podcast it is. I don't know who's this gentleman either. It's like a new podcaster, all right? But Floyd Mayweather spoke on P. Diddy. Now, Floyd Mayweather, he did the political thing, all right? Pandering, political. You know what I mean? He said he's not gonna take no shots while Diddy's down. He's not gonna attack Diddy while he's down. Right? Now, I don't know why why he even chose to talk about Diddy, right? Because at the end of the day, the horrific things that Diddy is being accused of allegedly doing, why would you even want to even comment on that? Why would you want to alleviate some of the stress on P. Diddy by saying, I'm not going to take no shot to the black man while he's down? Listen, brother, I don't think this has to do with a black man per se, but let me take that back. Let me be careful with that. Because it does have some regard to being a black man. It does. Because I know once you guys seen all those lawsuits that Diddy had on Ciroc, Diageo, I don't know what was the name of the parent liquor company, but he had lawsuits against them. And it seems like when Puffy tried to gather the black community, when Puffy started screaming racism, is when you see all these allegations hit Puffy. All right? And I do believe that it does have something to do with it, so I'm not going to go as far as to say that it has nothing to do with being black. It probably does have something to do with being black. But nonetheless, there's a lot of things that Puffy did that I think that it just trumps all that being black shit. And me, myself, I don't see why. It seems like it gives me the impression that Floyd Mayweather was trying to come to Puffy's rescue, come to P. Diddy's rescue with the things that he said. All right? He said, I ain't finna slander Diddy. That's his words that he said, quote unquote. He said, I ain't finna slander Diddy. All right? A black man while he's down. Let's see here. Watch this.
P. Diddy business is P. Diddy business. It's not my job or anyone else's job to go on the internet and stump him and kick a man while he's down. My take on it is, it's not my business. I don't think it's right at all. And I don't condone it. Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt. But that's a choice that my daughter made. Yeah. So I don't want to kick nobody while they're down. I think the big thing, because I have girls too.
Now let me tell you something. That was some BS right there. That was pandering at its best. And Floyd Mayweather, let me tell you something. I don't like when Floyd Mayweather speaks on politics, man. Shout out to Floyd. I'm a fan of Floyd, all right? The best boxer ever. I think Floyd Mayweather was better than Muhammad Ali. I don't care who thinks otherwise. I said what I said. Don't shoot a messenger. But when it comes to politics, I don't want to hear Floyd Mayweather's opinion on politics. What he said something very ignorant. Floyd Mayweather said, if my daughter made that, he said, my daughter, I'd be sad. I'd be mad about it. But that's my daughter's choice. That's some ignorance. Floyd Mayweather spoke on this and he made himself look like an idiot. He made himself, that's why people be saying Floyd Mayweather can't read and all this shit. He looks very ignorant. He shouldn't be doing politics. Now you guys know that 50 Cent chimed in. All right? 50 Cent had some words, some choice words for Floyd Mayweather. Let me pull up the 50 page. All right? This is what 50 said, quote unquote. I was chilling till this guy come around, tried to defend sexual assault, even saying if it was his daughter, it would be her choice. And I agree with 50. That's just ignorance at its best. And then you put your daughter in that. You put your daughter in that as if that's her choice, right? Saying that Puff is not influential. The things that Puff, you guys gotta keep in mind. Puffy is giving people entry. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Puffy's persuasion is through the roof. Puffy is offering these people albums. He's offering success, celebrity, lifestyle, recognition. This is what Puffy's offering you. You gotta remember, people are chasing their dreams. And when you start chasing your dreams, when you chase your dreams and you've chased your dreams for so long, you gotta keep in mind, some people become desperate. And Puffy's aware of that. He's conscious of that. He's taking advantage of that. All right? So, of course, yes, these people do make a choice, but let's not make it seem like Puffy is not, persuasion is not through the roof. Let's not make it seem like Puffy's not using his status to persuade and manipulate people. Let's be clear. So Floyd Mayweather saying this was very ignorant. Crazy ignorant in my eyes. And 50 Cent, I share the same sentiments. I share the same sentiments as 50 Cent. Floyd Mayweather be sounding ignorant. Now, listen, I'm not here to condemn Floyd Mayweather, but we got to nip certain things in the bud. All right, we got to nip certain things in the bud. And what Floyd said was ignorant. All right, he even put his daughter in it. That's the ignorance of it. I'm curious to know what his daughter would think. Or if is his daughter even his, okay, yeah, Yaya Mayweather. I wonder what Yaya Mayweather, how she feels about what her father said. All right. Now, the reason I believe why Floyd is saying these things. Floyd is just trying to be spiteful to 50 Cent. Curtis Jackson, the author, the writer, not the writer, but the producer of Power and BMF. All right. 10 times a diamond, get rich or die trying. 50 Cent. This quarrel, this beef between 50 and Floyd Mayweather, it persists. And this is where these things, it leaks into conversations like this. It compels Floyd Mayweather to choose sides on politics and make ignorant, say ignorant things like he said. All right. This is all to spite 50 Cent. He knows that Floyd knows that 50 is dropping this project. This Did He Do It? All right. So if you guys don't know, 50 is working on a biography, all right, based on Puff, all right, with all the sexual assault allegations, all right, allegedly. He's working on this project. And I know Floyd is cognizant of that. I know he's cognizant of that. And it makes me feel like he was compelled to say what he said to spite 50 Cent. Because you see 50, how 50 is relentless. 50 is relentless. He's raining down. 50 Cent is relentless when it comes to Puffy and his attacks on Puffy, all right? And they got their own issue. Remember, Puffy was running around with 50 Cent baby mama. And Puffy knew that was 50 Cent baby mama. I think Puffy was even around 50 Cent's child, sire, okay? So when it comes to things like that, when you have an enemy and your enemy infiltrates, okay? He breaches the security and he goes for your baby moms. That's serious. Any enemy that talks to another, if you have an enemy and he's able to infiltrate your baby mother, that's going to be a forever enemy at that point. Your baby mother. You have a child with her. So that means that he's around your child. Your heart. He's sleeping with your baby mother. This is what's going on. All right. So when Puffy chose to holler at, I think 50's baby mom's is Daphne. I think that's her name is Daphne. All right. That's the one that he has with Saya. You know, 50 got 2 kids. He has Marcus and he has Saya. All right? He's no longer talking. That's his estranged son. He don't talk to Marcus right now. And I know he still loves his son. But we'll speak about that on another podcast. But he has the one that he embraces, which is Saya. All right. Puffy was talking to that baby mother of Saya, the mama of Saya. So when you see that Puffy and 50 had this beef, which the beef was prior to that, right? But that was just the straw that broke the camel back. They've been beefing since 50 was trying to recruit Mace and was trying to sign Mace, in which Puff would not sign off on that. So when you see Floyd Mayweather making those comments. Floyd was making those comments to despite 50. That's why Floyd sounded so ignorant. You know what I mean? When you have problems with somebody, your opinion is not valid. It's a biased opinion based off of his beef with 50. That's why he said something ignorant like that. You know what I mean? And he said this comment about I don't think that was Floyd Mayweather's job to even try to stop people from going at 50. Shout out to Tyrone Jones in the building. That part. What up, G's? 77 Miramar. You already know. That part. Love my G. Love my G. All right, every day. Shout out. Listen, not making no excuses. Let me pull this up right here. Shout out to Everyday. Everyday. It's a simple name, but very effective. All right. Not making no excuses at all. Just a thought. Interested to know if Diddy himself went through similar things to get his success, and it became sort of ritualistic. And what do you mean by that? Oh, you talking about that's the whole thing, because they're speaking about Puffy with Clyde Davis. Hold on, let me make sure this is plugged in. All right. Now you made a very valid point, my brother. Every day. I love that name. You made a very valid point, my brother. All right. And Puffy was, I ain't gonna say allegedly. Okay, first of all, we know Puffy was surrounded around Andre Harrell. You guys know Andre Harrell, Uptown Records, all right? Andre Harrell already, there's rumors behind his name. Andre Harrell has rumors about him, all right? They say that he is LGBTQ alphabet community. Nonetheless, you guys seen Clyde Davis, J Records. Clyde Davis came out. Clyde Davis came out as gay the other day. All right, so he came out the closet. Clyde Davis is Puffy's mentor. All right, and Andre Harrell, Puffy used to work for Andre Harrell, and I believe Andre Harrell eventually started working for him. I don't know how that goes. So there's relevancy. Yes, there's credence to what you're saying. That's very, 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 because you know what they say? Every day, you know what they say? Hurt people, hurt people. Shout out to Planet Goddammit. My eyes behind my shout out to Planet Goddammit, all right? What's the true winner in all this? Rich nigga war or words and corruption? Well. Listen, man. It could be a rich nigga war all you want, but at the end of the day, it's more than just, it's not a petty. See, when they say rich nigga war, sometimes they try to chalk that up as petty, but it ain't petty. Puffy be fucking with 50 money. I'm going to keep it gangster. Puff Diddy fucks with 50 money. He didn't want to sign off on Mace when Fifth wanted to sign Mace. And I'm not saying he's wrong for that. I ain't saying Puffy's wrong for that, but Puffy and 50, they don't get along. And I think 50 used to write for Puff. He actually used to be a ghostwriter for Puff at one point. All right. So they were able to conduct some type of business at one point in both their careers. All right. So at one point they was cool. I don't know how cool that is, but they was cool enough to accept rhymes from the man. But sleeping with somebody's baby mama, that's something different. That's something different. Puff and 50 obviously don't get along. But For somehow they're still able to conduct themselves in this industry, in this music, in this industry space. Uh, Puffy has a son, which is his stepson, goes by the name of Quincy. Quincy is Albie Shore's son. Let's be clear. That's Albie Shore's son that he had for Kim Porter. Puffy, in a sense, adopted Quincy. We all know he don't look nothing like Puff. Now, Quincy was on one of 50's shows. I think it was Power. He was on Power, I believe. So obviously, if 50's willing to work with Puffy's stepson, they're able to conduct some type of business. So 50 and Puff, I think it's kind of hard for them not to even work because they're both at the height of their career. They're elites in the industry. So at one point, they're going to have to work with each other, whether it's directly or indirectly. They're going to have to work with each other. All right? But that beef, I'm not sure where did it spawn exactly at. I'm not sure where the Puffy and 50 beef spawned exactly at. But obviously, there's been a lot of disrespect. I think when Puff slept with 50 baby moms, I think that's what took it. I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I think that was the point of no return. Honestly, I feel like that was the point of no return. All right, so to the point now, you got cats like Floyd Mayweather making foolish remarks, making a fool of himself by saying that was his daughter's choice. Do you understand what Puffy's accused of? Do you understand what Puffy's very allegedly abusive, very abusive, beating up Cassie? Puffy be slapping niggas, but you never heard Puffy slap no gangster. I've heard Puffy put his hands on Drake. I've heard Puffy putting his hands on J. Cole. I've heard Puffy put his hands on niggas that's not considered gangsters. When it came to the L.O.T.S, Jadakiss, Styles P, and Sheek Louch, when Styles threw a chair, Styles threw a whole chair at Puff. You ain't see Puff go crazy on the L.O.T.S. You ain't see Puff go crazy on. I've never seen Puff go crazy on a gangster. You heard? Now we've heard the rumors of Cassie saying that Puff went for the guns for Suge Knight. You don't know what he was gonna do with the guns. Maybe I think when I think of Puff, he went to go get the guns. It was to pass them off to somebody else. You heard? But nonetheless, I hear about Puff being gangster, and I don't know Puff as being he's a gangster, but I don't think that Puff is the gangster what everybody think he is. I don't think so. Nonetheless, man. Clive is gay. Wow, I didn't suspect that. Nah, Clive Davis is gay, homie. And he came out the closet. You know what I mean? J Records, responsible for Whitney Houston, responsible for Alicia Keys, and a list of other famous celebrity artists. All right? Yeah. But we're not going to stay too long on that. All right? Nonetheless, still shout out to Floyd Mayweather. I'm not about condemning nobody. I'm not here to condemn Floyd Mayweather. Someone like Shine. What do you mean by someone like Shine? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Steven? Someone like Shine. Let me know. Elaborate a little bit on that for me, my brother. I'm trying to see what part of the conversation did you pick that? Did you chose to bring up Shine? Passing the gun. That part. So maybe he's responsible for passing the gun to Shine? I never knew that. But that's what I see Puffy doing. I see Puffy allegedly putting a hit on a nigga. I see Puffy passing a fire to a nigga. You know what I mean? But I don't see Puffy shooting shit. I don't see Puffy putting his hands on no gangsters. You know what I mean? And as much disrespect that Puff gets, I never see Puff confront no gangsters. I'm gonna keep it G with you, all right? So I agree with you on that one. Puff's dad was a real live gangster. He may have it in him. Listen, man. Y'all hear what Paul Bizzle saying? Paul Bizzle, if you guys don't know, Puff Daddy's father was a gangster. I think he used to be friends with some cahoots with Nicky Barnes. But nonetheless, Puff father was a gangster, all right? Puff father was a gangster. I don't know to what degree. I don't know if he was a violent gangster. I don't know if he was an aggressive gangster. Every gangster was not aggressive. You know what I mean? To be a gangster just saying that you're part of a gang. To be a gangster doesn't mean that you can press that button. A gangster don't necessarily mean that you're aggressive. All right? But yes, Puff Pops was a gangster. Let me pull this up. You right about that, Bizzle. Yes, sir. You right about that. You are definitely right about that. Shout out to Planet Goddammit. Shout out to Paul Bizzle. You heard me? Those are my brothers right there. That part. That part. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nah, Puff goes the Puff. This is what Paul Bizzle said. Bizzle, what you saying now? Nah, Puff gave the gun to J-Lo. He tried to pass it off to J-Lo, right? I don't know about that part, man. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You probably know more. I have to read up on that. I ain't know that Puff passed no gun to J-Lo. I never knew that. I never knew that. I know one thing, J-Lo had to get from around Puff. I know one thing, J-Lo knew to get from around Puff. That part. You know what I mean? You guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. All right, make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Like I said, I don't care if we got 1,000 people in the building. I don't care if we got 5 people. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast, all right? The most dangerous show on earth. That part. We on late today. We came on at 11 p.m. I appreciate everybody that came in the building, even though we came on late. You know what I mean? J-Lo from the block. That part. J-Lo from the block. Big shout out to J-Lo. Still looking fine as hell. Big shout out to J-Lo. All right? But yeah. Yeah, that part, man. That part. All right. There's some more, man. We got some more stuff, man. We got some more things to speak about, man. And shout out to 50, nonetheless, man. You know what I mean? And I'm holding the shout out for Puff right now. You guys know on this channel is not to condemn nobody, all right? You guys, I just want to bring light to these subjects, all right? And speak about the morality of the subject, all right? I'm not here to condemn. But when it comes to Puff's track record, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Diddy. Me, myself, I'm not a fan of Puffy. I'm going to keep it all. I never was a fan of Puffy's music, his solo projects. I see what he does. I'm not a fan. I'm not even a fan of Puffy's producing, how he produces music. You know what I mean? It's a lot of remakes. Puffy remakes records that are already successful, and he just remakes it. I'm not a big fan of Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. His clothing line. The clothing line was stagnant. They removed the clothing line from Macy's. The clothing line was stagnant. Look at the streets. Nobody's wearing Sean John. And I got to give him credit. I did own some Sean John clothing. I had Sean John shorts and that nature. You know what I mean? I don't think I wore any of the shirts. Maybe I had one Sean John shirt and a pair of shorts. Maybe. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I'm still not a big fan of Puffy. I know Puffy get money, but the way Puff gets money, I'm not a fan of the way Puff gets money. Puff didn't create nothing from scratch to me. Puff is not like he's not an innovator. All right? And maybe some people will beg to differ. If you guys let me know, if you guys in the comment section, let me know if you think that Puff is an innovator. All right? All Puffy's artists, none of them are currently in the rap game. Most of them are incarcerated, passed away, or they gave themselves to God. Literally. They either dead in prison or they gave themselves away to God. Puffy doesn't have no successful artists that came in directly under him. All right. Now there's a few artists that did some joint projects, such as French Montana. Shout out to French Montana. And you guys see French Montana added more people to Mac and Cheese. He's dropping, I think that's the 5th installment. And Lil Wayne has just been approved to being Kanye West. Kanye West it's been confirmed Kanye West will be on Mac and Cheese. That's the most recent post that French put for Mac and Cheese, the release. Mixtape. We big fans of French, and we waiting for that. All right. But like I said, I've never been a fan of Puffy. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of the way Puffy does business. All right. I don't even know if Puffy is I don't know if he even knows how to scout talent per se. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. I'm just confused about that. I'm curious to know how you guys feel about Puffy, though. All right, we're not going to stay too long on that. All All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, okay? Hit that like button for me. Share this podcast. All right. All right, I want to speak about this, man. You guys, I don't know if you guys seen Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is she's sick right now. I know you guys have seen Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams has been seen. She hasn't been on the scene for the past year. She's been having some medical issues. I think we all took notice to that. Her body. Wendy Williams lost weight. She definitely does not look the same, and it looks like all of our speculations are actually true. All right. Wendy Williams diagnosed with aphasia and dementia. And I don't know if APHASIA, aphasia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Forgive me. And dementia. It's the same. They say it's the same disorder as Bruce Willis. The same disorder that Bruce Willis had. All right. Nonetheless, man, prayers go out. Prayers go out to Wendy Williams. Now, this is the irony, because I remember at one point that Wendy Williams had some issues. Well, maybe she didn't have no issues. Well, Method Man, all right, T'Callion Stallion, Method Man. Method Man had some issues with Wendy Williams at one point, in which Wendy Williams revealed that his wife had cancer. All right, and this is I ain't gonna say it's the irony, but it just shows you how things kind of like how the tables turn in life. I don't know how people feel about Wendy Williams right now. And I'm not taking this opportunity to throw no shots at Wendy Williams. God bless her. I pray that she has a speedy recovery on behalf of L.O.T.S approved media. Big shout out to Wendy Williams. Obviously, Miss Wendy Williams is a trailblazer. All right, she's an innovator, I would call her. All right, she's a pioneer. Big up to her. Though I'm not a fan of her, you can't take away her accolades, all right? Her accomplishments, you can't. You got to give her flowers, all right? Steve Marcel, what you said, brother? You said her personal life is really stressing her out. Her personal life. And to what personal life that's actually, what's going on in her personal life other than what we just found out about, that dementia and aphasia? I wonder what are the side effects of dementia? Isn't dementia when you start forgetting things and stuff like that? Let me see. What are the side effects of dementia? All right, I'm looking it up right now. Side effects of dementia. Mental decline, confusion, even in hours, disorientation, inability to speak or understand language, making things up, mental confusion, or inability to recognize common things, behavioral irritability, personal changes, restlessness, lack of restraint, or wandering and getting lost. Wow. That's concerning right there. Okay, psychological, depression, hallucination, or paranoia, muscular, inability to combine muscle movements or unsteady walking. Also common, memory loss, falling, jumbled speech, or sleep disorder. Yo, that's a list of a lot of things. God bless Mrs. Wendy Williams, all right? And this is the thing. We've known Wendy Williams for speaking on people, discussing people's personal life, taking her personal opinion on people, condemning people. Let's be clear. We got to call a spade a spade. But at the same time, this is the irony. We as people, we still have some type of compassion for her. And that's all I wish, that she had compassion for other people when she used to speak in this realm of gossip, right? That's why I say on this channel, we're not here to condemn nobody. All right? Because one day you talking about somebody and you could be the person that everybody's talking about the next day. That's how quick the tables turn around here. And I'm very cognizant of that. All right? And I utilize my wisdom and make sure I'm not condemning people. Because I don't want to be on a chopping block and they have no mercy for me. Though I know I don't give a damn. Though I know Most High got my back. You know what I mean? Steve, what you said, she got a show about it. Gossip sells. That part. Gossips do sell. Gossip is what's selling the most. You see, the most people that are getting the most views are the people that are gossiping and showing no restraint. being going all the way bad on an individual, right? Right? You got to sensationalize things. You gotta have opinion, but your opinion has to be severe. All right? It has to be impactful. All right? It has to stand out. So that's why you got people clout chasing right now, saying the most ridiculous things about people with no remorse. Because guess what? It turns out into be revenue. All right? This rise in revenue, it makes the revenue go up. It makes the money go up. The monetization goes up. The moolah. All right? She got a show about it. That part. Let's pray for Wendy Williams. Nah, we praying for Wendy Williams. We definitely gonna pray for Wendy Williams. You know what I mean? It's sad. We don't wish these things on nobody. Cause just imagine, one of the most annoying things for me is memory. My memory's not that great. So imagine when you can't remember your peoples. You can't even remember where you put your keys. You can't remember. That's very frustrating. Losing control of your body. You can't control your mobility, your body movements. You stressed out, confusion. That could be super chaotic, man. Those symptoms that we read down, those symptoms that we spoke about, these are things that I would never want to experience. All right. Disorientation, inability to speak or understand language. Are you serious? Communication is one of the most important things on this planet. Imagine not being able to communicate. Imagine not being able to express yourself. That's one of the most serious things on this planet you could experience, man. You know what I mean? Mental confusion or inability to recognize common things. So the most common things you cannot recognize. How does that make you feel as a person? That has to be, embarrassment has to set in. So we have to pray we got to pray for Wendy Williams, because at the end of the day, the things that she's experiencing, the things that she's subject to, you know what I mean? I think she has her own problems right now. She doesn't need no extra things on her plate. Now, I've never been a victim of her. She's never spoken about me, which would be an honor, to be honest with you. It'd be an honor, right? Make these numbers go up. But nonetheless, for those that have been affected by Wendy Williams, I'm curious to know how they feel. And I'm sure I see everybody showing class. Nobody's taking the opportunity to throw rocks at her. So people are showing class, and it gives me faith in mankind, all right? That gives me faith in mankind. Shout out to Wendy Williams nonetheless. All right, and speedy recovery, and may God be by your side. All right. Now, you guys, moving right along. All right. I want to speak about Mr. Shannon Sharp and the Shay Shay Show. You guys do me a favor. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys are sharing this content with your loved ones, with your admirers, your friends and family. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are turning your notification bells on. You see, I went on late today. I went on at 11 p.m. But nonetheless, I'm here to perform, all right? Now, you guys, I want to speak about this. I want to speak about Shannon Sharp and Mace, all right? Recently, you guys know it is what it is. The news. Hold up, my bad. Let me see what's going on. Let me see if my mic right. Let me see if my mic sounds nice. Bada bing, bada bang. Wait one moment. Bada bing, bada bang. Wait one moment. All right. My mic almost went unplugged just now. All right. So you guys see Cameron with Mace. They got their own show, their own sports show. All right. Who would have thought? You guys know they both have athletic backgrounds. I'm sorry to say Kanye. Cameron was a superb basketball player. Him and Mace played high school basketball together. Cameron went on to go to college with it. Cameron was nice. He beat the best of them. That nigga was all the top prospects, cats that have made it to NBA. Cameron washed them, all right, in high school. Cameron was nice in sports, so it was very appropriate that they're speaking about sports and that their show is successful. Well deserved, all right? Shouts out to them on behalf of L.O.T.S Approved Media. Now, you guys, they got a show called It Is What It Is. Obviously, people are loving it. It's giving it from a street perspective. We're actually able to enjoy sports from a street perspective, all right? We can identify with Cameron and Mace more so than a Skip Bayless or a Shannon Sharp. No disrespect to them, all right? But we can identify with that in hip hop, and they're more down to earth, so to speak. With that being said, they recently spoke about Shannon Sharp. I'm not sure what Mace said about Shannon Sharp, but Shannon Sharp he responded actually to Mace, in which he said that Mace is a gangster pastor. Now, you guys, I know you guys know it's the recent success with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp recently did an interview with Cat Williams that went crazy, 24 million views, and I think within 2 days, it's still nothing on the internet has beat that yet this year. All right. He also did an interview with Monique, which is super successful also. So that's 2 great interviews. It looks like Shannon Sharp, the Shay Shay Club, is actually leading on the internet when it comes to podcasts or any type of show on the internet. They're leading. He's at the forefront. All right. And big shout out to Shannon Sharp, man, with his recent success. And I didn't notice that his show it's been actually he's been doing this for 4 years. I didn't know that. I've just recently seen Shannon Sharp. I didn't know that his show, the Shay Shay Club, has been here for 4 years. And like I said, respect to them and shout out to Shannon Sharp and everybody who helped produce that show. Now, with that being said, Shannon Sharp called Mace a gangster pastor. Shannon Sharp has recently been, how do you say, not retaliating, but he's been responding back to his critics. Shannon Sharp, ever since the success of this Cat Williams interview, obviously, this put his head on a pedestal, all right? His head, people have been going at Shannon Sharp ever since. His show, what Steven said, his show might have passed The Breakfast Club. Now, The Breakfast Club is not doing that great in these recently, as of recent, all right? And I don't know, maybe not even as of recent. Maybe ever since Angela Yee left, all right? But Shannon Sharp definitely is way more successful than The Breakfast Club at this point. Way more successful, all right? Shannon Sharp has tapped into the market, and I don't know. I'm not sure, because some people have that it factor. I don't know what is he doing. I don't know what in particular that he's doing that's better than everybody else, but Shannon Sharp is definitely leading the brigade, all right? He's at the forefront. With that being said, ever since his success, you guys know when you're successful in this industry, you know what I mean? This is competition. So if you're successful and you're the head of what you do, obviously you're going to have competitors. People are going to come for your head, pause. All right? 48 laws of power. 48 laws of power. If you don't have an enemy, find you one. Look for an enemy. All right? And that's an easy enemy. With that being said, Shannon Sharp, you would think that he would lay down. You think that Shannon Sharp wouldn't respond to his people. Shannon Sharp has been responding as of recently. He responded to Mike Epps, first of all. You guys know that I think he kind of threatened, allegedly. He made a fake threat to Mike Epps, in which he said, Mike Epps, when I run into you, woo-de-woo, and insinuating that he's going to do something to the man when he run into him. All right? So he responded. He said something to Mike Epps, responding to what Mike Epps used to be speaking about him. Mike Epps spoke about Shannon Sharp and his femininity, how he's kind of feminine. We're going to speak on that. Shannon Sharp is kind of feminine. And I didn't notice that prior to, ever since this Cat Williams joint. I'm looking at it like, yo, he's kind of feminine. All right? And I'm no disrespect to Shannon Sharp. It's not about condemning Shannon Sharp. I'm not going to condemn a man for the way he speaks. But let's call a spade a spade. He does speak kind of feminine. Obviously, when you're a person of that status, of that stature, with that success, right? People are going to nitpick at you and they're going to look for your flaws. So, after Mike Epps brought to our attention that Shannon Sharp is a little bit feminine, we're going to say he has feminine characteristics. We're going to say he has feminine characteristics. Shannon Sharp responded to him, which Shannon Sharp said that when he runs into him, Woody will start insinuating that he's going to do something to him. And which that subsequently led to Mike Epps responding, in which Mike Epps said that he don't fight. Mike Epps, I don't fight, so what you think I'm going to do? You know what I mean? What else? If I don't fight, what you think is left to do? In which that he started making noises, insinuating that he's going to, you know what I mean, resort to other shit, right? I don't think we have to speak about that. If you know, you know. Now, you have Shannon Sharp responding to Mace. All right. And we're going to lead off with this. Shannon Sharp had responded to Mace, in which he said Mace is a gangster pastor. Mace recently had some opinions about Shannon Sharp, right? Obviously. In which Shannon Sharp said that Mace is a gangster pastor. He went at Mace. Now, I don't know if he threatened Mace, what have you, but he said something about Mace. And Mason Betha has responded. All right. Mace responded to Shannon Sharp. He said, Shannon. First of all, Mace said Shannon Sharp thinks that Cameron is more gangster than Mace. All right. So from Mace's mouth, Mace is saying that basically him and Cameron was laughing on the Is What It Is. We're talking about the show now. It is what it is. So Mace and Cameron, they're laughing about Shannon Sharp. But for some reason, Shannon Sharp chose to single out Mace. And Mace brought that to our attention. Mace, excuse me, guys. Mace brought that to our attention, in which he's saying he got singled out. Now, Mace says that Shannon Sharp went at him because Shannon Sharp must be under the impression that Cameron is more gangster than Mace. This is not me saying that. This is Mace saying that. Mace says that Shannon Sharp is under the impression that Cameron is more gangster than Mace. That's why he only mentioned Mace's name. Now, Mace also went to say that Shannon Sharp responded and Shannon Sharp is not acting like what he's promoting, right? Mace also went as far as to say, I'm not the one that you'd want to come at like that. And to the point where Mace had to show some maturity and Mace pulled back. All right, so it looks like Mace was about to go off. It looks like Mace was about to tell him, yo, I ain't the one to come at. You know my track record, woo-de-woo. All right, he also, like I say, he spoke about Cameron. He said, Mace, let's go back to that before I even speak about that. Mace said that Shannon Sharp thinks that Cameron's more gangster than him. Now, Mace is saying this on the Is What It Is show. And also, Mace went as far as to say that I'm like that. Mace told Shannon Sharp, I'm like that. I've never heard Mace speak like this before. But they do say don't judge a book by its cover. And Mace doesn't speak a lot of especially when we talk about aggressive, right? You know, he's light spoken, you know, he's soft spoken. All right. But it kind of like paint a different picture for me for Mace. I kind of like to see Mace a little aggressive. I kind of enjoyed it. Mace usually is the butt of everybody's jokes. And obviously when he went to be a pastor, he's a pastor also. So you guys know a lot of people think that Mace is godly, so he won't resort to violence. But this is very contrary to that image. Mace said, I'm like that. I've never heard Mace admit that he's like that. He's willing to get violent. Allegedly. This is the pastor, okay? Mace even went to say that to be a pastor, to be a part of the church, you got to be a gangster. Prophets are gangster. He's trying to say that's some gangsterism, a gangster element in being godly, right? Because you got to make your words stick in the midst of the devil. You got to stand in the devil's face, all right? But nonetheless, you guys, I like to see Mace responding like that. I kind of enjoy Mace getting aggressive. I wasn't really a fan of everybody attacking Mace. I wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan of Cameron when he's attacked Mace. I'm not a fan of Jim Jones when he attacks Mace. Shout out to Jim Jones. But don't shoot a messenger. But I'm not a fan of Jim Jones talking down on Mace. And fuck talking down. This ain't about that. Threatening to beat up Mace. So to see Mace stand up to Shannon Sharp, knowing the size that Shannon Sharp is, to see Mace stand up to Shannon Sharp, that brought me a little bit of joy. All right. And to me, Mace has kind of redeemed himself at this moment. Remember, Mace responded to Cameron. All right. The Oracle. He went at Cameron. All right. That was gangster. I like that. Now you got Mace responding to Shannon Sharp. I like that. You got Mace talking about niggas think that Cameron is like that. Niggas think that Cameron's the gangster. Mace said, I'm like that. So big up to Mace, my nigga. Shout out to Mace. I like that, man. Keep that up, Betha. And who said just because you're a pastor, you can't be a little bit of gangster? I think people need to change their perception of a pastor and change your perception of church. I think everybody's perception of church, as if a preacher can't put his hands on you, as if a preacher can't get gangster like the gangsters do, like a heathen do. There's a lot of misconceptions that come with being a preacher. And I like the way Mace is changing people's perception of being a preacher. I like that. I like that, man. Shout out to Mason Betha. Big up to him. I like the show. Shout out to It Is What It Is. Much success on behalf of L.O.T.S Approved Media to that show also, man. Big shout out to Mason Betha. Shout out to Cameron too. But yeah, Mace kind of he said all that, and he still took the high road with Shannon Sharp. All right. He just pointed out that Shannon Sharp didn't get that gangster with Mike Epps after Mike Epps alluded to, yo, it ain't gonna be no fight. Let's be clear. Mike Epps said it's not gonna be a fight. All right. So with that being said now, shout out to Mace, nonetheless. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. And you guys got to admit, Shannon Sharp, he does, and this is what I really want to speak out. You guys know Shannon Sharp, he speaks kind of feminine. At first, I thought it was just like some country slang, like he's more country, but Shannon Sharp does speak a little bit of feminine. We have to call a spade, y'all. All right, and Shannon Sharp, I believe Shannon Sharp, with his recent success with the Shay Shay Club, we're gonna see a lot of Shannon Sharp, and he's gonna be subject to a lot of ridicule. Shannon Sharp is gonna be subject to a lot of ridicule, and with this speech impediment, sassy he kind of like talks a little bit like let's call it spade a spade. Shannon Sharp kind of talks a little bit like a sissy, and I don't want to go there. You can't shoot the messenger. I gotta paint the shit how it is. Shannon Sharp sounds a little bit like a sissy. All right, Shannon Sharp, you know what I mean? And how he looks on the outside don't look the same way, and don't look the same way how he's speaking. All right, with all those muscles. And you guys remember Shannon Sharp had a gay stylist. Let's keep it gangster. I think we saw him at the NBA game, front row with his stylist. He had a gay stylist. Now, this is not saying, nobody's saying Shannon Sharp. I'm not saying Shannon Sharp is gay. What I'm bringing light to and what I'm trying to convey is Shannon Sharp has some feminine characteristics. He has some characteristics that are in correlation with women, all right? The way he pronunciates his words, the way he speaks, his body language at times, all right? Kind of remind me of a Terry Crews. Ooh, kind of remind me. You know when you big, you cock diesel like that, pause. When you cock diesel like that and you speak kind of like feminine, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, shout out to Shannon Sharp. He deserves all his flowers. He deserves it. He earned it. All right. So this is not to condemn nobody or to detour anybody from watching the Shay Shay Show. Nor do I think that you're gonna stop watching the Shay Shay Show just based off of what I said. But yeah, I definitely through my observations, Shannon Sharp has some feminine characteristics, I would say. Shout out to Everyday. What you saying? Mace been a defense made whole career. Mace been in defense mode his whole career. No matter what he do, especially after the 5-year contract and money dispute. Nah, definitely. Mace has been standing on shit. Ever since Mace's resurgence into hip hop, with the Oracle with Cameron, Mace has been standing on business. All right, on Super, he's been defensive. He's been retaliating. He's been defensive. Mace is not letting shit slide, and I don't know what made him. What was the defining moment in his life that he decided to just start standing on shit? But Mace ain't having it, and I like that Mace. I like that Mace because Mace smiles. You know what I mean? Harlem World on the rise. You know Mace. Mace is known for smiling. Mace is known for dancing. You know what I mean? Shiny suits. So there's a lot of misconceptions about Mace, all right? And I think he's been, as of recently, I think he's currently dispelling a lot of misconceptions about him, and I appreciate that about Mace, man. And let's not get it twisted, y'all. The man name is Murder Mace, all right? That's Murder Mace, Killer Cam and Murder Mace. So shout out to This What It Is, you heard me? And shout out to that girl co-host also. I don't know what the girl's name, but shout out to the girl co-host also. Shout out to the Is What It Is show. Now, you guys, make sure you guys are sharing this podcast, all right? What we're going to do, you guys, we're going to bring this to a closure. All right, we spoke about some great subjects nonetheless. By the grace of Most High, we was able to meet up together today. All right, it's beautiful Friday. All right, I want you guys to enjoy your weekend and be safe over the weekend. Be safe for me. Do that for me. All right? Don't entertain no bullshit. All right? Let's meet up back here next Friday by the grace of God. If God permits, let's meet up back here next Friday. All right? Consistency. I've only missed one show, bro. One show I've missed. That's it. And it was super needed. All right? Super needed. I'm looking forward to do some changes on this show, to actually add a background, you know what I mean? And switch it up a little bit. You heard me? We working on it. We working on it nonetheless. Some couches and some more guests. I want to bring on some more guests. All right, more microphones, more personalities, definitely. And all that. Just look forward to it, you guys. And make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Make sure you guys don't leave out of here without hitting like. Make sure you guys turn on your notification bells for me. All right, it's 12:30 going on 1 o'clock. I think this is the latest that we've been on. All right, nonetheless, I see we still got people in the building. I appreciate you guys. Thank God that he breathed breath into our lungs and we're able to be here today. Okay? With that being said, by the grace of Most High, you guys show the universe your gratitude. Thank God for breathing breath into your lungs. All right? I want you guys to value the things that you have. And I want you guys to focus less on what you don't have. I want you guys to value and appreciate what you do have, the resources that you do have. All right? And worry less about the things that you don't have. All right? Don't speak about the things that you don't have. Just speak it into existence. But don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on the things that you don't have. All right? All right? And like I always said, the highest mountain has the best view. All right? Failure and discouragement are the stepping stones to success. Stick to the script. Stephen Marcellus, I feel you, brother. Amen. That part. Put that amen up there. Prayer hands, that part. We're going to leave with them prayer hands. All right, so you guys, we'll meet back up here next Friday. All right? By the grace of Most High, said Jezzy Vle. All right? If God permits. Now, you know how I always do. Can't leave out of here without this outro music. You heard? You. That part. That part. Another successful show, episode number 75, the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, you heard? This is episode number 75 of the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, powered by L.O.T.S approved media. Once again, I'm the incomparable, the often imitated, but cannot be duplicated, the one they took their style from, the one that keeps creating what they keep taking. I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets, leader of the streets, nerd of the streets, lord of the streets, all right? Living off the streets, you heard me? All right, and I'm public enemy number one and the top op, all right? This is the most dangerous podcast on earth. Public enemy number one. That's how you address me as public enemy number one. All right? Top op, salute me, the top op. I'm your top opposition, you heard me? That part. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media, and welcome everybody once again to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 75. All right, we got 25 episodes left, all right, until we reach episode 100. Who would have thought? Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Marcellus. Shout out to Marcellus in the building. Let me pull this up right quick. Marcellus said, great episode. Thank you, brother. Paul Bizzle. Peace out, family. Peace. Salute, loved ones. I'm out.